Hello, my ladies and pretty gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Look What's Happening in the Spirit Realm with yours truly, Light. Today, I have a message for some of you. I don't know how to explain this message. I'm just going to go ahead and say it because it's not the kind of message that I usually like giving because there's a lot of contradictory opinion about it. There's a lot of resentment that's still being held. But one thing that I'm going to get clear is the fact that there's a very incredible mirror effect that you are having right now. Let me break that down. I mean, when there's negative energy being projected at you, you are a perfect mirror. Almost like some of you have perfected or harnessed this effect of being a stone wall. And this wall is covered with a mirror. So whatever energy is being projected at you from someone is literally like they don't expect it and they're not ready for the fact that they're going to have to take a hard look at themselves. But this is just like a side nook to the main point here. I'm going to start by saying this person or this energy, this could be you as well on the receiving end, but this could be someone that you've dealt with or are dealing with. Their family or somebody who considered themselves to be close or familial or related or even a friend to this energy has in so many ways, I don't want to say outright betrayed them, but knew exactly what buttons to press in order to make this person sort of overcommit or to overexert themselves in certain areas of their life so that they can feel like their ego wasn't going to take a hit. Because this energy, this person who they're dealing with, this karmic, whatever you want to call it, because family members can be karmic too, knew the button to press in order to slow down this person's progress, because coming across you or being involved with you in whatever respect it could have been, could have led to an accelerated evolution of this person's growth. In fact, I wouldn't say that it's the karmic's fault alone. It's also this divine energy or this possibility of this energy that could have been divine. They succumbed. What I'm seeing, or the energy that I picked up, is that of wanting to prove themselves to the wrong people, wanting to prove the fact that they didn't care, or the fact that they wanted to hide the energy of feeling like they didn't have enough confidence to deal with you, to the point where that overcompensation that they were portraying could have even ended up in a resentful way towards you. This energy could have been very reckless towards you, cruel, very crass and short-ended with you. Almost to the point like they wanted to shut their heart off and make it seem like they weren't going to be impacted, like they were invulnerable. And what I'm hearing at this moment, I'm not sure if it's what's going on around, the planets or whatever the case, but I'm picking up an energy of the crown chakra being opened, like somebody being able to act on their intuition, or their intuition being very, very clear. Because this energy could have faced a period of time where they felt like they were doing the right thing. Like they could just lie to themselves, and their surroundings or the things that were coming into their life wasn't so, how do I put it? It wasn't so obvious that they were in the wrong direction, that they had taken a left turn in their life. And for some of you, this left turn that this divine counterpart, this energy has taken, is the last nail in their coffin, meaning there is no way back around to you. And for others, I'm picking up an energy of uncertainty, like you don't really know, like you're not putting out any extra energy to receive anything in return. In fact, you're refocusing on yourself. Like I said in the beginning, this mirror aspect that you have harnessed, that you have perfected, is not only serving you for everyday negative energies being thrown at you, or just hiccups that you might deal with in terms of your work and things that you want to manifest into your life, whatever the case. But it's also serving you in the fact that it's going back into the past. As we know, time isn't linear. And it's sort of evening out the playing field. It's reigniting certain ideas, certain feelings that people could have easily brushed off, thinking that they were right, knowing they were wrong, if that makes sense. So this energy that we're talking about today, for some of you it could be a romantic energy. For others it could be platonic, but I'm specifically picking up on a romantic energy. I know my voice is like so but this is what I'm hearing. The enemy, right? For a lot of you, the enemy was somebody that was deeply in disguise in this person's life. And for some, it could have been a karmic energy that portrayed every character that they felt like they, in the past, couldn't be. Because this divine counterpart, this person wasn't worth their time. But now, they almost foresaw the fact that this energy was meant for not just themselves and a good life for themselves, but they were meant to expand on a community of people, a lineage of people. That it wasn't about this big purpose, but it was about having the capacity to break through certain generational traumas that their lineage has agreed upon to pass over. This person was at a very particular breaking point or breakthrough point when this karmic, this family member entered their life or re-entered their life, or at the very least made their position in their life very cut and dry or gave them an ultimatum. And this ultimatum could have been simple. It could have been simple to the point where it was like a gaslighting, an egging on of a sort, where this energy could have come up to them and suggested certain things of the fact that they weren't, up to par when it comes to dealing with you, that perhaps you had weird motives. And this divine counterpart, like this person, it was easier for them to believe negative things about you because they have dealt with very negative people in the past. They've dealt with people who wore masks, who were ill-intentioned, and they didn't really have much room in their heart. They were worn out when they had come across you. So it was easy for them to be tricked by a karmic family or a karmic ex or whatever the case might be for you specifically. It was easy for them to believe, and in fact they wanted to. And for some of you, they resented the fact that they couldn't find things wrong with you. They resented the fact that, in the back of their mind, they were thinking, like you were really playing them, like you're really trying to play them. And for a lot of you, they're still studying you. They're still on the sidelines, sort of watching and calculating, still feeling like they need to figure things out. Like there's still something about you that they can't shake off and forget. And this is the thing that's really interesting here. Something that you're doing, something along the lines of this mirroring thing that you have mastered. This is why there is this crown chakra activation, this intuitive moment that's happening, this epiphany that's happening. It's because there's something that you're doing that's making this energy feel like they're losing you. And it's funny because for a lot of you, you might not be doing anything new, except for the fact that you're further down this path of being almost selfish, self-serving, of being caring about yourself and caring about connections, friendships, and people that are actually on your level. And if you're not coming across people on your level, you're not settling. So this energy has really started to solidify in your life and in everything that you do, to the point where this energy feels like they're actually losing you. Like you're not waiting on something. This is I'm picking up on for some of you, like you're not waiting anymore. There's a level of uncertainty as to even what you want. There's this openness to receive whatever it is that spirit has for you. Like you want to be surprised. You're not adamant and certain, and that might feel uncomfortable, but it's an uncomfortability that's actually very comfortable for you. And this is what's making this energy feel like they're about to lose you. So what I'm hearing is there is this, I need to take some kind of action. I need to make some kind of move because this energy feels very frozen. I'm picking up on like this devil energy where it's not just obsessiveness, but it's also like a daredevil. Like I need to do something outside of my comfort zone. But there's a lot of risk factor here because for some of you, this energy could have been very rude, or they could have betrayed you. They could have lied, you name it, right? But the other fact is the fact that they overcommitted to a certain situation, perhaps with a karmic, and they don't want to appear like they're bored, right? I know this is the title, but they don't want to appear like they're like wishy-washy or they've lost interest. Like this is an energy that wants to, be found by their word. But it was easy for them to lie to you because there was something about you that was very reflective and very exposing. They felt very vulnerable and exposed with you. So they almost showed you their negative side. They felt comfortable showing you their negative side because they wanted you to like go away. They wanted this can of worms that is innately themselves. For a lot of you, this is a quote-unquote twin flame, even though I don't really believe in that term. They felt like this was a can of worm about themselves that they didn't want to see, because this is an energy that felt like they were emotionally in tune, they were emotionally evolved, because they've been dealing with, again, like I mentioned, a lot of karmics, a lot of situations that were not on the same level as them. But you, my dear lover, you're not really dealing with that anymore. You're emotionally hygienic. Okay, this is what I'm getting. You're emotionally hygienic and you just continue to become more and more pure in that sense, to the point where you're not allowing anything in that's even like a little bit off tune, a little bit off key. You're like, your gut feeling is so sharp to the point where this divine counterpart, this person is like, there's this activation happening. This is what I felt like the other day. It was like this top of my head felt like it was buzzing, and there was this opening, like the things that they were shutting the door on, the intuitive feelings, the inclinations about you that they were shutting their door on, is now open, and they have no other option but to read what's written on the walls, basically. And not only that, but the people that they're dealing with, these could be for some of your family members, right? That they have overcommitted into, right? Because these people have, without knowing or knowingly, trying to avoid you, trying to avoid the intensity that you brought into their life, they chained themselves down even stronger. They anchored themselves down even stronger to family members or lovers that were karmic. And they justified to themselves the things that they did to you. Because the main thing and the main point was the fact that they didn't want to feel, they didn't want to deal with the shadow aspect of them that made them feel like they didn't have the confidence they thought they did. Because you made them feel vulnerable, naked. And this is where the karmic knew, this is where the button was, and the karmic knew that button. And they said all the wrong, right things to them to make them overcommit in a time where they're very malleable, in a time where their spirit was so hungry, was like about to burst through the other side, and they were going to be inaccessible to these karmic people. And now there is another point where it's almost like you're above, right? And there's this glass ceiling and they're looking at you from underneath the ceiling. Like, if this is the ceiling, they're them here, and there's you walking around, right? Walking around above, and they're just looking at you. And they have no idea. They know exactly what to do, but now there's a lot more at risk because they invested themselves even deeper into a situation Spirit was trying to yank them out of. I hope this made sense, because now they're having to deal with, even if they step out of this karmic situation, they might not be receiving the answers, or they might not be getting the thing that they expect to get, which for a lot of you is you. They might not even get you in the way that they want. But that's up to you and God. I hope this message was delivered. Readings are open. They're open. And I don't reach out ever. Everything is available in the description box. Go ahead and check it out. I love you. Until next time. Bye-bye.